Welcome back to the second half of the GDFL Match of the Day. It's the opening round of the 98 season. It's Belmont Lions and the Thomson Tigers fighting it out at Winter Reserve. At half-time, it's 7-10-52. Thomson 5-5-35. The Belmont Lions. So it's 17 points of difference at half-time. And umpire Beatty just waiting for the support staff to remove themselves from the ground. We're bathed in sunshine now. I'm glad I bought the sunnies. I was nearly going to leave them at home. And shining straight down on this wonderful afternoon's football. Umpire Beatty waiting for the siren, which is now with us. And it'll be Wilkins against Ford. Wilkins gets it down, straight to Gardner. Little handball to Burns. He's pushed off the footy. It's out the back of the pack now. They all stand there and wait for the players. It comes through a couple towards McLaughlin at centre half back. Keeps in front of him against Humphrey. Could have got a free kick. None forthcoming. Clissold up the ground at this stage. Kicks out. Shapter stands his ground. Takes the mark at centre half back. Just inside the centre square. Goes straight down the middle. Looking for Tucker. Punched away. Wolfenden. Short little kick. And the Belmont Lions, Wolfenden again, kick partly smothered, goes towards Doak. It's going to be play on. He pushed it over the head, which was intelligent play. Oh, that was nearly a head off the shoulders, but it's a good kick over the shoulder by Steve Ardo. And that's his first goal. And a quick start by the Thomson Tigers out of the middle.
I guess that's where Belmont Lions are going to have to be very careful in this third quarter. We'll see which side's done the best pre-season, perhaps, as fitness starts to tell. The big fellas don't get any smaller as the day wears on. And I'm sure the Lions would have liked to have had first blood here at the start of the third quarter, just to shorten that gap a little bit from 17 points. Instead, it's blown out to 23.
So it's 8-10-58 Thomson. Belmont Lions 5-5-35. Back in the middle again. Ford gets a tap after Wilkins. Gardner ripped off the footy. Held to him. Paul O'Loughlin, and it's going to be a free kick, is it? No, it's held to him. It's going to be a free kick, a ball up. No free kick. And a secondary bounce in the middle by umpire Beatty. Wilkins and Ford once again. Thrown up. Wilkins gets it down. Roved by Murray. Goes towards Baker off half back. Can't pick it up at the first occasion. Doak, got one to the head there as he went in. Oh, holding the ball. There you go. Free kick, Mark Edwards. There's Ford calling for it, but elects to go longer. A couple of Thomson players spoil each other. Stein ripped off the footy. Free kick found for a hold. Going to go to Stein. Held on to a bit longer after he got rid of the footy. And at centre half back will relieve the pressure, but there's going to be a 50-metre penalty. I think it might have been against the coach, actually, Craig Edwards, who pushed Atchison away.
I think he's a little bit frustrated because they're breaking down so often as they come into that corridor area at centre half forward. And Thomson have been able to repel attack after attack. They just haven't had that key forward to take a strong grab and convert their opportunities, because they've nearly had as much play into that half forward area as what Thomson have, as they play on quickly by hand across to Gardner. And Gardner will kick long in towards full forward. He'll be looking for a big grab up in the pack up there from Cowan. He's not going to get it. However, there'll be a minor score off the hands of the pack. So they've added 1-1 at the start of this third quarter, Thomson. They go to 8-11 now, 59. They lead the Belmont Lions 5-5-35. We wait for the kick in from full back. And as it has been all the way along, booked a beautiful long kick to the outer side of the ground, off the hands of the pack. Murray was looking for a mark over there on the outer side of the ground, but a free kick will be picked out and paid. Big Trevor Tucker standing in the van there, had a little off the play. The kick will go, is it not Wilkins' way in towards the half forward, deep in towards the full forward area almost, but strong defence this time. Pick it up, son, and kick it. Ewan pushes it along in front when he might have done more with it. Tucker, quick hands, gets it across that time to a teammate slapping in at goal, and Timmy Gardner. Not going to quite make the distance, maybe rush through for a minor score. Once again it is. And they had a second behind for the quarter, going to 8-12. 60. And that's on the Buckley's The Gaming Centre scoreboard. The break over the Belmont Lions, 5-5-35. So once again that gap just starting to pull out again. Another beautiful kick in from fullback, almost to the centre of the ground. No great advantage to either side. The advantage comes off the hands of the pack, as cleverly picked up by Mark Edwards and kicked down to ground towards half forward. But nobody at home once again. It's going to be repelled by Armstrong from half back. to the outer side of the ground. And Thomson working almost at will in defence. They're mucking around with it short. They'll get a kick away eventually. Armstrong coming down the ground will kick it long in towards half forward. No mark off the chest that time. Humphrey coming down the ground. Will be pushed along in front. Opportunity here now for Thomson to go forward again.
Goes up towards Cowan. Pushed away by Bookta. Doak to the Rove, but can't take it with him. Montgomery wants to get on his right boot. Short little kick to Bookta. Good mark. Under pressure too from Rick Humphrey.
He's done a good job, hasn't he? When
he has.
Take those 3 goals that Cowan has been able to kick, I think he's been one of their better players.
So Bookta from half back. Goes into the middle. Good kick too. Tucker. Frost. Shapter falls over the crucial stage. Newham can run onto it, and he's got a bit of support here if he can pick it up. And he does. Does he? No, he pushed off the ball by Ganstein straight through the pack. Oh, and then ripped over by Clissold. Dropped the footy.
What a tackle.
Great work, the big man. And it's going to be, and he's taking a long while to get up too.
He dump him. I think in rugby league they might have cited him for that tackle, Jace.
He's a little bit groggy there, Jason Stein, and you wonder why. He's been hit by a steam train.
It was World Championship Wrestling at its best.
By Adam Clissold. Fantastic dumping tackle, and he's hurt himself too. He's calling to the trainers. He's hurt his hand by the looks of it, his arm. And it's going to be...
As we're seeing the blood rule evoked, he may well have just taken a bit of a scratch.
Just looks like he's holding that left arm. Holding his left arm a bit, yeah. So Craig Jeffrey has the footy, 40 metres out directly in front. Chance for his first goal, and a quick reply for the Lions after Thomson have started the quarter well. He comes in. Good kick off the boot, just fading away though. And one behind. So they go to 5-6-36 Belmont. And they trail Thomson 8-12-60 on the Buckley on the LBW Charlie Accountants third quarter scoreboard.
From the fullback kick in out towards the outer side of the ground, centre wing should be picked up over there by Thomson. They're playing with it a little bit on the outer side of the ground through Gardner. Hasn't he been a good player today? Up towards half forward he goes. In the way will be Brett Dunlop, knocking it towards the boundary line. And if there's probably been a fault with the Belmont Lions game today, quite often not picking the ball up one grab, Jace, and Newham is a classic example of that. Sometimes has to paddle it along a couple of times before he gets grabbed, and they've been able to mark him, and that's exactly what happened over there on the outer side of the ground. From the throw-in, well, the ball's just pushed straight back over and out of bounds, so it'll be take 2. Let's have another throw-in and see if Clinton Ford and Big Tucker can bring the ball back out in the open for their respective sides to break off. Ford leans around the front, good little tap to the ground, quickly off the boot of Jeffrey. It's smothered though, close to the boundary line, just kept in play, though the boundary umpire might well have the final say here. And indeed, not getting the whistle to mouth to give it a blow, it is going to be thrown up this time by umpire Clifton over on the outer side of the ground, about left half forward, 60 metres out from the Thomson goal. Ford just brings the ball to ground. Thomson move in on it quickly, close to the boundary line. The supporters scream ball. Let's see if the umpire agrees with that assessment. No. The umpire says the boundary umpire can have a go and throw it in over there on the outer side of the ground. See if we can get a bit of a kickstart again. Ford. It's Tucker with that left round arm hook, and he brings the ball about 15-20 metres closer to goal for his side, about 55 metres out from the Thomson goal. Left half forward flank, and they've started the quarter well, but not as accurately as they might on the board. They're 8-12-60 Thomson, and the Belmont Lions 5-6-36.
He gets away with it a lot, I think, Tucker, because they expect him to go with his right hand, and he goes with his left, so it's just confusing a few people out here. Mick Moore gets pushed off the footy, and it's out of bounds once again on true half forward flank on the outer side.
I just wonder if Trevor Tucker a bit more could hook the ball over to the back into the open play, because he's often, while he does that extremely well, he's bringing it down towards the boundary line. So
it's thrown in again, out the back of the pack. Highland, short little handball to Gardner. Throw it was, said the umpire. He was in good position too. And Craig Jeffrey at half back to relieve the pressure for the Lions. It goes short. Set a task, but O'Loughlin can get it. Quick kick, turns around the corner, didn't really look. And Darren Shapter covers it and plays on from half back. Wobbly punt kick towards half forward. Gardner can't take the mark. He's wrapped up by Jeffrey. He got rid of the ball by hands to Highland. Back to Atchison. Short little kick to Burns. And the coach will run away on the left boot and go long. McLaughlin, can he chop it off? Yes, he can. And the booby runs away. McLaughlin, short little kick towards Newham. Does it sit for him? Oh, he's under pressure.
That's what I was talking about before. He's taken 2 or 3 goes. Instead of grabbing it the first grab, he tends to paddle the ball. Now, he's going to get a free kick this time. And good luck to the kid. He's only slight of frame and he's done a good job today. But perhaps if he could just take the ball first grab sometimes, it might be more advantageous to his side. Goes for forward in towards the centre of the ground. He's unable to take the ball. Dunlop's there helping also. It'll be cleared away from halfback this time by Wilkins towards the guest video. Best spot on the ground that time as the ball's cleverly hooked back. Do we call it cleverly or thrown back in? The central umpire says it was a throw as far as I'm concerned. Mark Edwards, you can have a free kick. And on centre wing, he'll send his side into attack towards the half-forward line. No, Mark, that's one time. It's forward once again. Kelvin Ford that time trying to hook the ball in. Burns by hand. And Thomson out of danger up towards half-forward.
McLaughlin needs support. Montgomery stood there. Should have shepherded. Booked up. Oh, left foot kick around the corner. Nearly on to winter reserve number 2. And
which not quite looking like the ground here, and it's a credit to everybody concerned here, the condition this ground's been turned out in today.
Doak short to Highland. Takes the mark. On centre wing. Boots it long towards centre half forward. Cowan coming out at pace. Rove beautifully by Atchison at the front of the pack. The rubber man kick over the top. Beautiful. Humphrey Gardner can raffle it. Timmy's going to kick it. Turns around. Goal. Gardner's first. And the 9th for Thomson. They got a 9-12-66 and they lead Belmont 5-6-36.
And it's your Gardner, Humphrey, those middle of the range size type players at the moment are really the difference between the two sides, plus the fact that continually the Lions breaking down at centre half forward, although I must say after a quick start out of the blocks from Cowan, he's been well held and the balance has been redressed a little.
So just pushing the lead out a little bit now. The Thomson side, Wilkins against Frost. Wilkins, good tap to Gardner. We're going to see that a few times this year, but chopped off by Mark Edwards. O'Loughlin, quick kick out of the pack. Sherwell sits centre half back now against Mark Edwards, who looks like he's struggling a little bit across half forward. Gann with a left foot kick towards half forward. Wolfenden leads Montgomery in the race for the footy. Left foot kick around the corner. Intelligent. Oh, Cowan. Oh, he's over the fence. Done beautifully to keep the footy in and then do a well through the fence.
Instead of trying to keep the spectators off the arena, we're going to have to try and keep the players away from the spectators.
Unbelievable. So it's going to be a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for Thomson. Over the back, Tucker towards Highland. And coming out of the pack was Martin. And in fact, it was Elliott. Now Burnett goes towards Frost and Wilkins in front. Good mark. And good play, handball to Sherwell running off the half-back flank. Goes in. Oh, good mark. That's a very good mark. And he's picking himself up. And for his size, it is Glenn Elliott. It's a good mark. He's not the tallest boy in the Thomson side, but he's done extremely well there to take a mark in front of the pack. And he'll be lining up for his first goal. Oh, he gets underneath it. Lands it in the 10-metre square. Cowan in front. Strength. In fact, it's Tucker. And they could have raffled it, those two. They were both at the front of the pack. And Trevor Tucker.
Takes a bit of moving, Big Trevor, if he's made good position.
He does. And we'll be lining up for his first goal for Thomson. And a wobbly punt, but it's straight through the middle for a goal. And just starting to pull away now, Thomson. They're 10-12-72. And they lead Belmont 5-5-35.
Bit of a test for the Lions now, because each time this has happened earlier in the game, they've been able to jag a goal or two back and keep in touch. Around 3 goals, 20 points off the pace. It's blown out a little bit more this time. It'll test their character out here in the third quarter. Might test their fitness out too. Perhaps where Thomson are just looking that little bit stronger here in the second half. Don't tell me we've lost another football up on the roof. Have to get Brett to check out where the last one went. They're all having a look over the
probably into the same
fence.
house, I would think. They could make money out of football games, I'm tipping, the people that own that house.
We see another one kicked out on the ground, so the TW Sharon getting plenty of advertisement and work here today.
So umpire Clifton just waiting for the boundary umpires to get into position to restart the match. 10-12, playing 5-6. And the football's
Umpire's
no
been
good.
able to see something we haven't, or have they returned the other ball?
No, just giving it to the captain coach to make sure it's okay to use, that's all. Obviously showed it to Pat Burns and then to Craig Edwards. So Wilkins up against Frost, coming off the half-back flank. Looked like it might have been Joseph. Jeffrey, handball to Newham, who's running, and it sits for him this time. Then he handballs over the top and was held on to a little bit too long there, and we'll get a free kick. So it's going to come back to Newham at half forward. Still a fairly open forward line. He'll be looking for some leads. He goes short towards the coach. You'll get a game next week. Craig Edwards has taken the mark. Not much closer to goal. So Craig Edwards now. Looking for a lead. He measures the pass beautifully. And Mark Edwards has taken the mark. There's Mark Edwards, Craig Edwards, Quinn Ford, Kelvin Ford, Clinton Ford.
Well, we're not, in too much trouble there. If we're in doubt, we just call Ford. Depending on who's going where.
A third of the side, Fords and Edwards. And one of them's got them now, Mark Edwards, number 21, kicked a goal this afternoon. Looking for goal number 2. And a goal to get the Lions a little bit closer. Oh, poor kick off the boot. And I think he's missed everything on that occasion. Yeah. He has.
Laid back on the ball. Didn't keep his head over it. Kicked through the ball. He laid back, tried to steer it through. And it so often happens. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full. And they desperately need a goal just to bring themselves back into contention. On our scoreboard at the moment, they're 36 trailing 70. In actual fact, perhaps 72 it should be, which is double the score. And that probably hasn't been a true indication of the first half of football. Over and out of bounce, outer side of the ground. Still an attack, the Lions. Let's see if they can do something here. Big Wilkins is up though. He's just too good in the air, and that little bit of spring he's had in the first half isn't being matched now by the Lions players. Although they will get a free kick as a little bit of Biffo Wrestlo takes place over on the outer side of the ground. The free kick will come back. No, he's going to go back and make it. I never quite understand that when you're so far off the play, but Craig Edwards, take 2.
It's all in the interpretation, isn't it, really?
And I reckon 10 different umpires interpret it 10 different ways.
Exactly.
Edwards, take 2. Tries again, in towards half forward. Was looking for Taylor. Couldn't take the mark. Ball has spilled across to Joseph. Joseph with a big handball out to who knows who on the outer side of the ground. Thomson know who. They take the ball in towards Tucker. A little bit too much carry though. And the Lions, working hard in defence, will go out towards Newham. Has he given away a free kick? The umpire says yes. He's done the double-hander in his back. Free kick, Lions' way. Indeed, Thompson's way, outer side of the ground. The kick back in towards Tucker again. He'll bring the ball to ground. Pat Burns with a bit of slick hands. Across to Wilkins. Wilkins back up towards full forward. He'll be looking for count. It's thumped away from him. They've double-teamed on him pretty well, but a chance here for Thomson through the agency of, was it Gardner?
Rick Humphrey.
It was Rick Humphrey.
Yep.
And they sink a major, and I think they might be starting to sink the Lions now.
I think so. They're just starting to get on top now through midfield and half forward. And just there, the turnover in midfield to Burns, and the big kick from Wilkins, one out Cowan, brought to the ground, and Humphrey finished it off for his first goal. And the Tigers 11th. They're 11-12-78. They lead the Belmont Lions 5-6-36.
And here we go, about midway through the third quarter, so one would think that perhaps the fitness levels are starting to tell a little bit now, and those big players certainly not getting any smaller for Thomson, as Wilkins probably gets the better of the tap once again in the centre of the ground. Ford gets a quick kick forward though, towards left half forward. Newham with a chance again. I like the look of this kid. He's getting a lot of ball today, and perhaps grabbing a little bit more often with first grab. The free kick will come back to Kelvin Ford there. He'll just pop it in towards a vacant area on that left half forward flank, and guess who's drifted down there? It's
and
Newham
50.
once again. And a 50-metre penalty should ensure that he puts his side's first major on the board in the second half. He'll be taken right down to the goal line. Should be sent right around in front. Or will this be one of the anomalies of Australian rules football, that they'll take him down there and put him on about a 45-degree angle? Now, if he's taken to the goal line, surely he should be lined up right in front of the goals. And he's not being. It's about 45. He should kick it. He does. And that's, well, a much-needed goal to the Belmont Lions. Newham, I think that's his first goal, Jason,
Yep.
for the afternoon. It's certainly his side's first goal of the second half. And they will move along to 6-6. Indeed. Just wait for those boys on the scoreboard. We've got it on the screen here, 6-6-42. But Thomson have blown away out to an 11-12, 78 lead. Ball back in the centre. Sun shining brightly. Clouds starting to break up. And it's a beautiful autumn afternoon in Geelong at the Winter Reserve. Winter,
Wilkins.
by name and by nature, gets the tap, but he doesn't send his side forward as the Lions go forward once again towards half forward. Trying to bring the ball to ground was Jason Murray that time. He certainly put some pressure on an opponent close to the boundary line on the outer side of the ground, but Thomson are good enough to kick the ball back out to that outer side of the ground, off the hands of the pack, close to the boundary line. Fighting hard for the ball that time was Humphrey, was it not? Although the free kick or mark will go the way of the Lions.
Yep. And it looks like it might be Joseph out there. Oh, poor kick off the boot. He's kicked into the backyard, Nelly. And
Certainly had a bounce on the front.
yeah. It's going to be a free kick to Armstrong on the halfback flank for Thomson. We've been playing 17 and a half minutes in this third term. And it's going to be Sabuli Armstrong. And he goes towards half forward. Big pack in the middle. Couldn't take the mark, could he? Yes, he could. Elliott, former St Joey's boy. Now with Thomson, Glenn Elliott. At half forward now. Cowan gives him the lead. Oh, he puts it up, sets him a task. Oh, and he takes a strong mark in front of Buchter. And great mark by Mark Cowan. We're lining up for goal number 4. Set him a task with that one.
He did, didn't he? He set himself pretty well, and I guess he's getting plenty of ball coming down there, which makes Buchter's effort even better in that he's been able to keep him to 3 goals so far, although he should be able to convert from here.
Usually a fairly accurate kick for goal. Here's Mark Cowan. He's kicked 3 straight. He comes in, and he's kicked 4 straight. Good kick. So the quick reply for Thomson after that Newham goal for the Belmont Lions. And Thomson go to 12-12-84. They lead the Belmont Lions 6-6-42. And 18 and a half minutes gone in this third term.
Yes, you just sense from here that the Lions are going to have to find another gear, or they may well get overrun in the last quarter. Certainly signs at the moment of Thomson getting right on top. And mid to late in the third quarter, that's not a good sign. From the throw up in the centre of the ground, well, the Lions get a chance to go forward here. Through forward, is it not towards half forward? He was looking for a teammate in Kelvin forward that time. Couldn't initially find the handle on the ball, but he's going to be the recipient of a free kick. The forward line's open. If he can get it down there quickly, his side's a chance. But very quickly, Thomson fall back. They fill the gaps in. And there's no opportunity now for him to pick an unguarded man out, although he'll see the lead across on the half-forward flank. And
brother to brother.
not a bad kick, not a bad pass. Clinton takes the mark. A little bit different statue. He goes short, but it's not well directed. And Thomson have no trouble filling the gap that time to Armstrong. He'll handball the ball off and see the kick travel back up towards Tucker. He gets a hand to it. It's off the hands of the pack. Harris, left boot, up towards Elliott. The bounce will favour Elliott if he's got a bit of pace. He's well shepherded. Hauls the ball back in underneath, then tries to knock it out in the open. Not all that clever, though, because the Lions should be able to get out of trouble off half-back. They're going to turn it over, though. The ball, is it not Gardner? Quickly comes forward, but a good, strong mark taken that time.
By Dunlop.
In defence for the Lions.
And handballs it off quickly. Plays on. Oh, Joseph going to set Newham a task, and he's been set a few today. He's against Doak. They've had a good tussle out here on the wing, and he's been held on too, but he's got support. Kelvin forward. Oh, well, isn't that play on? Oh, hang on a minute. So it's going to be a free kick to Ben Newham. And he's hurt his leg. He'll need a bit of support here.
I think they have the option now of playing on, and if it's not a clear possession play on, they can bring the ball back, which they've probably done in this case.
He's got cramp, I think. He's right now, is he? He goes short to Montgomery. He's got Jeffrey wide. Oh, it's a poor kick though. Wilkins kept his eye on it. Taylor didn't, so he breaks away. The big man goes for a run, goes long with the right boot. Back Bookter. Cowan coming at him. Bookter stands his ground. There's the experience. 250 games for the Lions. Andy Bookter goes to the left boot. Goes towards Montgomery. Harris getting back there. Creates a contest, but it's 3-on-1. Dunlop from nowhere comes in. Goes towards Frost. Humphrey, in fact, it's Sherwell against him. Oh, into the fence goes Darren Shapter. And it's going to be a boundary throw-in on centre wing. On the commentary box side, Wilkins in front to Burns. Quickly to Sherwell. Left foot kick partly smothered. Edwards, shepherded by Ford. Jeffrey comes in, showed the footy, then went around, then gets tackled, dropped the footy. Should have been a free kick. Sherwell, handball, over the head of Burns. Coming out at O'Loughlin, pushed Burns off the footy, then got it himself. Handball quickly to Murray. He's handball to nobody in particular. Running onto it though, Edwards. Good play to brother Mark. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Good play, the Belmont Lions. Great exchange of handballs along the forward line there, and they kick their 7th.
Done it pretty well under pressure that time. It's just a pity they haven't been able to show a little bit more of that as this third quarter's worn on. However, that goal really not keeping him in touch unless they can follow it up now with a second and a third, because too often they've been able to kick a hard goal like that, then watch it immediately answered by the Thomson side. And been one of their biggest downfalls today. They almost seem to have rested on their laurel that they've kicked the goal and had it up the other end. Appear on the scoreboard straight away. Wilkins, although Ford just hooks it back inboard, gives his team an opportunity. Burns makes a little bit of space for a teammate that time in Gardner. A little bit of tunnel ball attempted there as the ball's trapped to Matty Taylor. And it'll be thrown up by umpire Clifton. Almost true centre of the ground once again. Take 2. The big fella. Wilkins once again gets a backhanded tap into the pack. Tucker's there to lend some assistance. Gets it across to a teammate. Soccer off the ground forward. Opportunity here for the Lions to get out of defence. Now he's called throwing that time as David McLaughlin attempted to knock the ball out of the pack.
Bit tough.
Didn't see it that way though.
Atchison. Long to Cowan. Bookter. Needs some support. Had some. Montgomery pushes to the safety of the boundary line. Mark Harris now leads him in the race. Left foot kick over the shoulder. Good 2 to the goal square. Cowan turns around. Goal. Good play from the big man Plugger.
And that goal been answered within 60 seconds.
Yeah. So they bring it down the other end, Thomson. And they kick their 13th. They're 13-12-90. And they lead Belmont 7-6-48. And was that a whistle for the blood rule? It might have been, I don't know.
Certainly unusual to hear the whistle used like that after the major score has gone on the board. And that could be well what's happening perhaps. A player's being asked to leave the field, is he, or has left the field?
I think it might be Atchison again actually, who copped a heavy knock to the nose in the first term when he went for a marking contest and may have flared up again. As Wilkins goes up with Ford, goes towards O'Loughlin, could have handballed, got his kick partly smothered. Frost tries to push it on. Baker tries to ride the bump from Edwards, then gets the handball away. Shapter running backwards, gets it towards Armstrong. Good shepherd too by Shapter, gives him a bit of time, goes back into his left and to Shapter. Oh, short little kick by him's poor. Matt Taylor runs at it, can't keep it with him. Goes out towards Ford. In fact, it was O'Loughlin at half forward on the outer side, and it will be a boundary throw in now. And it looked as though Craig Edwards may have got up holding part of his body. He's still in the hands of a trainer. Shapter, handball is okay. Sherwell, backwards to Burns, and then Armstrong goes towards Harris and Montgomery at centre half forward. McLaughlin comes across. Harris coming at it, still Harris. Good work. Nearly gets his head ripped off. Plays on quickly. Kick smothered by Dunlop. Good play. Montgomery's there, as is Tucker. Tries to get the hands out to Harris again. Moore and Doak. Oh, it didn't really go at it there. Moore left it. Doak did. He got it to Tucker. Then he's ripped off the footy. Goes towards Elliott. His kick high. And it's just floated to the left-hand side for a behind. So they go to 13-13-91 Thomson. They lead Belmont 7-6-48.
And it'll be Bookter from fullback. He's kicked in beautifully all the day, and that kick is no exception. Although a very good, strong mark taken on the outer side of the ground by Steve Sherwell. One grab, done it superbly. Gets the lead and finds with a pinpoint accurate pass Cowan. And Cowan's reappeared in this third quarter with a major to make 4, and he'll line up for number 5. Certainly was quiet in the second quarter. Bukta appeared to have the better of him, but the ball's been coming down a little bit more quickly and a little bit more often here in the third quarter. And he's using his strength and experience to make hay while the sun shines. Let's see if he's got some accuracy. Left foot. Stabs the ball at goal.
Jeez. It's like firing bullets out of a gun.
And he's popped another one through as Thomson opened the gap right up now. In one sense, as the floodgates might be about to open into the last quarter as we move close to the three-quarter time siren. If my guess is correct, I think that's Cowan's 5th goal.
6th I've got.
6th goal. And on our scoreboard, 14-13-97. Thomson close to the century. Belmont trailing on 7-6-48.
So broken it up in this term, the Thomson side with 7 goals to the Belmont Lions 2. So it's been the difference this crucial third term. Forward again against Wilkins. Roved by Ardo, gets his quick kick away towards half forward. Montgomery leads Harris in the race for the ball and breaks away. Poor kick though. Shapter can stand there and take the mark. Shapter, left foot kick towards Timmy Gardner over his head, but it goes to Tucker. The big man turns around, kicks it high. Sets Cowan a task again in front. Can't take the mark this time. Mick Moore's there. Keeps it in front of him. Pushes it away. Atchison comes at him. Good play, the rubber man. Look at him handball quickly. And it's good. Back to Humphrey. Short little kick is okay. Highland, can he turn around and kick the goal? Yes, he can. And Christian Highland has kicked his 3rd. And he's been a good foil for Cowan when resting in the forward line. He's kicked 3. And Thomson, 15-13-103. And they lead the Belmont Lions 7-6-48.
It's been an 8-goal quarter. It's blown the game right apart as far as the Lions attempt to win their first game in 1998. But it'll certainly see Thomson register their first major. They've done some extensive recruiting off-season, and it certainly now appears to be paying dividends. The Lions with the ball close to the boundary line. Indeed, it's tapped back inboard by Newham to O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin can quickly give it to Taylor. Taylor in towards centre half forward, where they've broken down all day. Thomson have worked solidly in defence. Is it not Atchison that will take this free kick?
Yep.
It is, at centre half back. He sees Wilkins on his own. He just pops it across to him on the half-back flank. He's got some options up ground. He's taken plenty of time to decide which one of them he'll look for. Why not Trevor Tucker? Been a good player for them today, but his kicking has certainly let him down fairly badly. He's looking for rain, and I'm all for that, but in this case he finds a teammate. We'll just pop the ball back inboard. Opportunity to run on it here is Lee Dokes. Instead of going for goal, he's gone in short. Attempted soccer off the ground that time by Cowan. However, teammate coming in to soccer it off the ground.
Rush behind. It was.
For a minor score.
Yep, to finish the quarter. And at three-quarter time, it's Thomson, who are 15-14, 104. And they lead the Belmont Lions, who are 7-6-48 in that third term.